Hello students, how are you today? I hope you are doing great. This is another day and another learning opportunity. And I am your teacher Denise, who will help you find mathematics with ease. First, let's be guided.
A Student's Guide to Learning from Home. Set up your study space. Find an area in your house where you can sit comfortably and focus. Take down notes. Plan your day ahead. If you have one, follow the schedule provided by the school. Lesson distractions. Lock your phone away or turn it off. Change it up. Take breaks in between. Let your mind rest and recharge. Speak and ask for help. When things get through or tough, don't push it. Write it down using a journal or a notebook. Learning from home can be difficult, but it's definitely achievable.
And today, I will be discussing a topic in grade 8. That is all about solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. But before that, let us look into our lesson's objectives. At the end of the lesson, you were expected to
illustrate that corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So, for measurement of the corresponding parts of the congruent triangles, and appreciate and relate the importance of solving parts of congruent triangles. Now I have here a picture of a skyscraper. In order to make the structure that is able to stand, you must have congruency. All the triangles in the picture are congruent. In addition, when a builder is making this building, the congruency of the triangles on the building help make calculations and make sure that this will stay up and not fall. Let us unlock the following: congruent triangles, identical marks, corresponding angles, and corresponding sides. Two triangles are congruent if and only if their vertices can be paired so that the corresponding sides are congruent and corresponding angles are congruent. Next to unlock is identical marks. The first triangle consists of three sides of different length. Next, two sides with the same length and the third side with a different length. While on the third triangle, all three sides with the same length. We can see the identical marks present on these three triangles. In terms of angles, the first triangle has three angles of different measures. On the second triangle, as we can see, two angles with the same measure and the third angle with a different measure. And on the third one, all three angles with the same measurement. Now, let us unlock corresponding angles. Corresponding angles in a triangle are those angles which are contained by the congruent pair of sides of two similar or congruent triangles. Corresponding angles in a triangle have the same measurement. As we can see here, angle A corresponds to angle P, angle B corresponds to angle Q, and angle C corresponds to angle R. the last one to unlock is corresponding sides. When we say corresponding sides, these are the sides that are in the same position in different triangles. For example, in here, we can see in these figures that black corresponds to black, red corresponds to red, and green corresponds to green. It means that segment AC corresponds to segment XZ. Segment AB corresponds to segment XY, and segment BC corresponds to segment YZ. And of course, there are other signs and symbols that we may encounter on this lesson. The first one is the sign or symbol for congruence, and the second one is the sign or symbol for correspondence. And then, we can only say that two triangles are congruent if they have the same measurement of corresponding angles and the same measurement of corresponding sides. The CP-CTC means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. For example, number 1, given that triangle ABC is congruent with triangle RST, triangle ABC is marked as shown below. How should triangle RST be marked? For the first question, what side should have 2 marks? So as we can see in this picture, angle A has 2 marks. And angle A corresponds to angle R. Then, angle R should have 2 marks. For question number 2, what angle should have a single marking? Since angle B corresponds to angle S, then angle S should have single marking. For question number 3, which angle is congruent with angle C? Or which angle is congruent to angle C? What do you think is the answer? Very good. Angle T corresponds to angle C, then they are congruent. For question number 4, which side is congruent to side AB? If your answer is side RS, then you are correct. For number 5, if BC is equal to 3.5 units, is ST also equal to 3.5 units? Since BC corresponds to ST, then they are congruent. And also, their measurements are equal. If 3.5 is the measurement of BC, then segment ST also measures 3.5. So, the answer for number 5 is yes. And lastly, for number 6, if the measurement of angle R is 88 degrees, is angle C is equal also to 88 degrees? Let's see. Angle R measures 88 degrees, and angle R corresponds to angle A. Then, they are not equal. For the second example, let us find the values of x and y, given that triangle MAS is congruent with triangle NER. On the right part of the slide, we can see 2 figures. The first triangle is the MAS, and the second figure is the NER. For the solution, we can say that angle A is congruent with angle E. If the measurement of angle A is 112 and the measurement of angle E is 16x, then we can say also that 16x is equal to 112. To get the value of x, we divide both sides by the numerical coefficient, which is 16. Then, the value of x is 112 divided by 16, which is 7. Now, let us compute for the value of y. Since segment Rn is congruent with segment Sm, we can say that the value of Rn, which is 3x plus 5y, is congruent or equal to the value of Sm, which is 41. Let us now substitute the value of x, which is 7, as we compute from the angles. So since x is equal to 7, we substitute it to the value of x. 3 times 7, that is 21, plus 5y is equal to 41. And then by addition property of equality, we have 5y is equal to 41 minus 21. And then 5y equals 20. And we divided both sides by 5. So y is equal to 4. We already have now the values of x and y, which are x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 4. Next example, given that angle RKC is congruent with angle OCK, then angle R is congruent with angle O, and segment RK is congruent with segment OC. If RC is equal to 6A minus 11 and KO is equal to 3A plus 16, find the length of KO. In this figure, we can see that CR is congruent with KO. Since the value of CR is 6A minus 11 and the value of KO is 3A plus 16, we equate those to get this. 6A minus 3A is equal to 16 plus 11 by the addition property of equality. And then, by multiplication property, we divide both sides by 3. Then, A is equal to 9. Now, segment KO equals 3A plus 16. We substitute the value of A to get the value of KO. Since 9 is the value of A, we have 3 times 9 plus 16, which is 27 plus 16. Now, we have already the value of KO or segment KO, which is 43. For the fourth example, let us solve for the values of x and y. Let us analyze this figure. Okay, by markings, we can say that 2x minus 3 is equal to x plus 4. Again, by addition property of equality, we came up with 2x minus x is equal to 4 plus 3. And then the value of x now is 7. Since we already got the value of x, let us now solve for the value of y. Y plus 3 is equal to 5. We get it through the markings. So since y plus 3 has the same markings with 5, then we can equate them. By addition property of equality, y equals 5 minus 3. Our value of y is 2. Let us now check your understanding. Triangle ZYX is congruent with triangle XUT. I will give you 5 seconds to analyze this one. Time's up. So angle Z is congruent with? Very good. If your answer is angle B, then you are correct. To test your understanding even more, solve for the values of x and y. I am giving you 15 seconds to compute for the answer. Okay, time's up. Let's see if your answer is correct. Solution for x. Since 7x minus 4 has the same marking as 31, we can equate those. So we have 7x minus 4 is equal to 31. And then again, by the addition property of equality, we got 7x is equal to 31 plus 4. 7x equals 35. And then divide both sides by 7. X is equal to 5. Let us now proceed for the solution for y. 4y plus 8 is equal to 24, since they also have the same markings. 4y is equal to 24 minus 8 by the addition property of equality. And then we got 4y is equal to 16. And then 4y divide by 4, and of course 16 divided by 4. We got y is equal to 4. If your answer is x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4, you may comment down below that your answer is correct. Is there any question? You may comment down below. If you do not have, let us now proceed with the application. Entitled, I Can Solve a Problem. And the problem is, your gardener set up the triangles in the figure below. You have to find the distance of HO across a pond. What is the length of segment HO? You only have 5 seconds to answer this question. And timer starts now. Time's up. What is your answer? If your answer is 28 feet, then your answer is correct. We can now proceed to the next one. What have you learned today? On your notebook, write an insight and reflection about our lesson or about your learnings for today. To help you reflect on this, I will help you through this question. What do you think is the importance of solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles in our day-to-day life? Or how can you relate our lesson in our day-to-day life? Now let us read together. You and your friends are like solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles. You need each other's value to solve for the missing piece. As we all know that no man is an island, we cannot do anything without the involvement of others. To solve for your value, you have to look around and find people that will define you. Your parents, your friends, and of course, your goals. And now, you have to prepare for an evaluation. You only have 10 seconds for each question. Are you ready? Okay, if you're ready, let us start. It's now time for the answers. You may check your own answer. For number 1, B, 2 and 3, D, 4, D, and 5, A. For our enrichment activity, you may answer the additional activity online. Scan the QR to start for a quiz. Please take note that if you do not have any gadget, you may use the enrichment activity provided in your envelope. Second, this video lesson will be uploaded to your OTG drives for offline use. Third, you may also access the ebook of this lesson through Kotobi Reader. And lastly, you may ask your math teacher any time of the working day from Monday to Friday. And of course, I am giving you 1 week for your performance task. Collab to create. Here are the following instructions. First, form a group with minimum of 3 members. You may choose your classmate with the same interest, talent, or skills that you have. Take note that you can chat your classmate personally to know their interests or simply look at the poll of interest that your math teacher had created. Second, make any of the following as your reflection on our lesson: drawing, song, creative dance number, vlog, or a video lesson. Please observe the rubrics for this performance task. Be creative. Please screenshot the following criteria and rubrics. Thank you for watching this video. God bless and stay safe.